everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to do kind of like a little impromptu video because I just got the new KVD Beauty Good Apple foundation in the mail. This has been going crazy, especially if you're on TikTok. I'm sure you have seen a million people apply this. It's like crazy high coverage, and a lot of people are experiencing that it's like really too oily for them, but I have dry skin, so I haven't seen a whole lot of people with dry skin try it. I've seen a lot of people not like it just because it is oily and they have oily skin. But to me, this sounds like a dream, a full coverage, you know, kind of like satin natural finish foundation that isn't drying to my skin. I mean, that's almost unheard of, I feel like. So I'm really excited to try it. Hopefully the shade matches. I know lately in my videos, my shade matches have not been good because I've been in between like self-tanning and not self-tanning. So it's been a little bit of a journey, but hopefully this works. I have like some little bronzing drops if I need to like bronze up the rest of my skin. But let me figure out how to open this. I really applaud people who have super long nails and they know how to live with them seamlessly, because I do not. I'm trying though. So this is what the foundation looks like. The packaging is recyclable, all of it. So the carton it comes in and the packaging itself. I think it's beautiful. I love like the clear packaging. I don't feel like it looks cheap at all. Like sometimes you might think like clear kind of acrylic-y package looks a little cheap, but I think this looks really lovely, and it's just a balm, like a cream inside. So I think I'm gonna prep my skin like I normally do, not change anything but the foundation. And I'm going to try out a couple ways of applying it as well. And I am going to do a wear test. So I am going to be updating in this video. Right now it's about, oh, where's my watch? I believe it's about 1. So I am just going to start applying. So I'm taking my Rare Beauty primer. I use this all the time. And I am just going to apply it. Let me tuck my little hair behind my ear. I love this primer if you have dry skin. I think it's a must. It's pretty affordable for Sephora standards, and I just really like it. So I don't want to change anything. I'm just gonna make sure that's all rubbed in. And then for the foundation, I'm going to be doing half of it with my beauty blender and half of it with a brush, just to see kind of what works better, what gives a better look. And I'm going to start slow. I'm not going to go super high coverage, I don't think, at first. I think I'm just going to start with just building it up and seeing how to apply. So I'm just going to take it on my little sponge. And I'm going to start with this side of my face. Okay, yeah, so it's a little dark. We're just going to blend it down to our elbows. It's just an experiment. You know, funny enough, though, I have not seen, like, anyone use this and it be the right shade. Like, I feel like everyone's like commented on like, okay, this definitely isn't my shade, but I just want to show you. I feel like the shades in Kat Von D do run a little bit yellow. I remember I used to love the Lock-It foundation back in high school when I didn't have severely dry skin. So if you tried this and it didn't work out for you, if you have oily skin and you're seeing videos and you're like, probably not for me, try their Lock-It foundation, because it does have super high coverage, but it is more like matte and long wearing. So, okay. So I think we're getting about a medium, just with that small amount blended out. It's a very yellow, very so much not my shade, but alright, I think it's, I don't know, I feel like it's making me look like I have a lot of pores, and pores aren't usually something that I struggle with, or I don't think so at least. I usually don't really notice my pores, so I guess we'll just keep going and see. Let's do the forehead. It's super easy to get out of here, by the way. Like, I'm just dabbing my sponge barely and product is coming off, so it's not like you have to dig hard or really swirl or anything to get any payoff. Alright, so it is looking a little bit heavy on my skin, I feel like. I don't know if you can really tell, but I feel like it looks quite foundation-y. But it is really full coverage, so I don't, you know, it's not like it's gonna look like nothing. I think I'm just gonna have to see how the whole face applies, just to see how I'm feeling about it. Oh, this shade is way too dark. Hopefully concealer kind of fixes everything. Alright, so that's that side done with the Beauty Blender. I'm going to go ahead and apply it with the brush, and then we'll see if we want to add more coverage or just... So I'm going to be using this Undone Beauty. This is the seamless brush. I tried this out in my most recent new makeup try-on. So I'm just going to kind of dab my brush in there and just kind of swipe. Okay, I think I already prefer the Beauty Blender just because since this is quite heavy, it is kind of going on more like mask-like with the brush because it doesn't have any moisture, I guess, from the Beauty Blender. I don't know, it actually doesn't look that different in person. I kind of have a hard time thinking this is going to get super oily just because it looks kind of dry on my skin right now. But, I mean, obviously it will get oily. I've seen so many videos. This brush makes like a squeaking sound. Alright. Yeah, I do feel like this looks quite unnatural, which it is a high coverage foundation. So, you know, obviously you're not going to get like a BB cream or anything. Let me just blend it down so I don't look crazy. I already look a little crazy because my self tanner is fading and it's kind of like cracking off. But, okay, I think that is where we're at. So this side is with the Beauty Blender and this side is with the brush. Honestly, I don't think I can tell quite a difference. I think I maybe got a little bit more coverage with the Beauty Blender. Let's kind of build it up on my forehead so it doesn't look too not matchy. It's all in my hair, which is always so fun. So yeah, I feel like it did give me a full coverage effect. I don't know if you can see like around like the little like peach fuzz I have here. It is clinging like quite a lot, as well as between my eyebrows. I need to shave my face, but that's besides the point. Yeah, I just feel like it's kind of accentuating pores that I didn't think I had or that I never noticed, just like around here, but we'll see how it wears. I am going to go ahead and probably finish up my concealer and do the rest of my makeup, and then I will come back before I do anything else just to kind of update you, and then I'll be checking in throughout the day. Alright guys, so I am back. I did the rest of my makeup. The only thing I did was apply a bronzer, blush, and highlight. I have cream blush, cream bronzer, and a powder highlight, and I did my eye makeup, of course. I didn't set with powder. I didn't do a setting spray. I typically don't. If this goes well, this video. So yeah, this is how the foundation is looking. You can see kind of around my nose area in the little like crevice. It is kind of breaking up a little bit. On a lot of videos I saw, it was the nose that was getting people just because your nose tends to be a little bit more oily, I think. I still feel like it does look a little bit like textured. I don't really like that word, but it's making me like aware of pores that I don't usually see. I feel like my cheek looks really textured. I do have powder highlight on, but usually I feel like this part of my face is pretty smooth. I just feel like right here it doesn't look correct. And then on like any place where I have hair. So my foundation, like around my brows looks kind of cakey, but I mean, that's just, I feel like that can happen with any foundation. But in between where I have like little peach fuzz and then like my little stash area, it looks like a little heavy. I don't know. I feel like I look pretty. Like I liked my makeup, but I just feel like it looks a little bit textured and a little bit too fake for my liking. Obviously it's a full coverage foundation, so I know it's not going to look natural skin like, but I think we're just gonna have to see how it wears. I don't hate it. I think I would wear it again if it stayed like this. So I think we're just gonna have to see how it wears, and yeah. So right now my only complaints are really that it looks a little bit too heavy for my liking personally. And I just feel like it's really heavy on like some drier areas and like areas where I have hair. I feel like it really cleaned on. So we'll check back in, I guess, a couple of hours. Right now it's probably like 1:30. Sorry, I don't have a watch. So it's like around 1:30, so I will update you in a few hours probably. I am going to work out later as well, so that will be a real test as well, but I will see you guys soon. Alright guys, so sorry about the audio. I don't have like a microphone with me in my car or anything, but I did want to give a little bit of an update. So I just got out of the store and I had my mask on, and it's about 4 o'clock now, so I wanted to just show you how the foundation is looking. So it is kind of separating quite a bit in this area over here. You can kind of see, sorry, I'm looking in the mirror to make sure I'm in frame because I'm just holding my phone up, but like around my nose area, it looks quite separated and like it came off quite a bit. Let me see where else. I still feel like in this area, it looks like kind of like it clung a little bit, and it's making me look like very porous, and on my nose as well. Yeah, even on like the forehead area, it seems like it's breaking up and separating. And again, I have very dry skin, so the oils, like, it's not because like I'm super oily. Like, I'm not very oily. My nose like looks shiny because I have highlighter on. I have really dry skin, so this is just like kind of separating all in this area. Down the bridge of my nose is like worn off a bunch from the mask. Where did I put my mask? Oh, right here. It did seem to come off a lot in my mask. This is a brand new one, and I mean, I have a lot of foundations that come off in the mask, but this one seemed to come off in all areas, not just like my nose or anything. You can see that nose print is pretty big. So, and then here, like you can see on my, like right here, it faded a lot, and on the other side too. So it's not wearing the best. For a full coverage foundation, I feel like any kind of full coverage, I want it to last for a long time, just because full coverage foundations, they don't fade as naturally as like a lighter coverage would. So for a full coverage foundation to be separating like this within 2 hours is not the best. I'm gonna still give you updates throughout the day, probably in a few hours, but I just wanted to check in. Alright guys, ignore my messy bedroom in the background, but I wanted to catch some daylight before it goes away. So it is about 6:30-ish right now, and this is how it's looking. I have never had a foundation look so oily on my skin. Again, I've said it a million times, but I have very dry skin. I don't mind like looking oily, so like it's not the biggest deal, but you can kind of see, like, look at that. Like that, and then all this area, like how it's broken up on my nose. My forehead looks like it broke up all around any kind of like redness or pimples that I had, and it kind of really wore off in this area too. And so I've only had it on like max like 6 hours, and this is how it's looking. So I just don't feel like, even if you have dry skin, oily skin, anything, I don't feel like this would be like a good everyday foundation, because most people are wanting their foundations to stay for like at least 6 to 8 hours, you know, for the workday or whatever. So yeah, I'm kind of bummed. I was really excited. I don't feel like I look atrocious. Maybe I kind of feel like that, but yeah, so that is that. I think I'm gonna go ahead and just close out the video here, just because I don't feel like we're gonna have any kind of changes besides it's gonna break up and wear off more. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe if you did. This foundation is gonna be a no for me, but yeah, it was fun to try. Let me know if you enjoy wear test, and hopefully you found this helpful. I know tons of people have been doing videos about this foundation, but I just thought with my skin and everything, I would do it and just to see how it goes. And so yeah, I have really dry skin, and I'm here to tell you that even if you don't have oily skin, this foundation still breaks up and gets pretty oily and wears off fairly quickly. Definitely not mask proof, anything like that. So yeah. All right, I will catch you guys next time. Bye.